Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 Genetically Modified Overkill run. Today, we're going to try the biggest possible map in the game. When I played Triple Explorer with GMO, it almost crashed my game, and we're going to try 5 Explorers, so I'm going to hit Explorer 5 times, and we're going to see if we can make it through Wave 20 without the game just exploding. I'm going to use Hand because the map is going to be massive, and we have a Lumberjack shirt. So we can kill these trees anyways. And because we start with minus 200% damage, we're never going to kill enemies anyways. So the hand is going to be totally fine for just breaking these trees. Though, obviously, we'll swap to a cooler weapon if something comes up. I'm definitely taking engineering because, of course, the main goal for us is going to be to find Pocket Factory. So if we find that, that'll get infinite turrets all across the map. Let's reroll here, and we'll take additional luck. Luck is so important for this character because, of course, we're going to be breaking a million trees, and we're going to have to do something to overcome minus 200% damage. So let's see if we can get that to work. I'll take 5 harvesting here as well. We will lock this propeller hat for sure, and then I'm going to roll and roll again. Grab a hand. Actually, I just passed that hiking pole, but maybe what I should do is buy one of these if I see it. Yeah, because that'll give me so much range because our move speed is already plus 50%. So I'm going to buy a hiking pole here. It's still a support weapon, and we'll be able to build up a ton of range. And unlike in my random series, we are not restricted to only the weapon that we start with, so we can get our range to be absolutely massive and maybe cover a larger percentage of this extremely large map. A funny thing is that the game has changed the way that it calculates negative material drops from enemies. It used to be that if we had 5 explorers, all of which have minus 50% material drops from enemies, that we would get no material drops, but now we still get that 50%. So we're gonna have to, we will still get money if we manage to kill any enemies, though with minus 200% damage, that's gonna be tough. Obviously, we're taking move speed with the compass here, and then we're gonna roll, and we'll pick up 5 more harvesting, because why not? And we'll grab a hand and another hiking pole, so this is kind of perfect. We've already managed to get 1 range because we're just so fast, so I think we can probably get a bunch of range before the end of this run. Sickle and rocket launcher, I think we're going to pass on both of those. Not particularly interesting for this character. I'm going to keep rolling a bit. I could start building percent damage with the injection, but I think, again, I'm going to roll and try to level up my hands here for more harvesting, and then we'll take a baby gecko for sure. That's going to be excellent, and we'll level a hiking pole as well. I think we're going to go with 4 hands, 2 poles. Seems like a good number for this character. And basically, this is just a for fun run, so we're just going to see what kind of nonsense can happen. It's so hard to find all the trees. I'm trying to break them, but where are they? There's some more that just spawned. Also, I can't stop moving because the hiking pole range is really important to us. Definitely going to need some regeneration soon. Oh, jerky's an incredible find. Really happy with that. I don't really need to take more harvesting. Let's roll here, and attack speed is going to be nice to keep enemies off of us. And I'll take 3 regen as well, because this character is going to need some healing. That's kind of the major thing that we're currently missing. We'll upgrade our hiking pole, so now only every 60 steps we get 10 extra range. We'll take a broken mouth. Alien tongue. Pickup radius is actually really useful to this character because we're going to be dropping so many consumables, and we found jerky. So that's a huge portion of our healing. Nice, we get a coupon, and we'll do 1 more reroll. I'll lock another tree as well. Explorer is tagged with the pickup tag, so we're likely to find things like trees, consumable healing, bags, and so on. So hopefully we can find a bunch of those in the shop, because those tend to be extremely powerful items. My attack speed was too slow to kill that tree, so we left some lumberjacking on the table. Never gonna kill those lampreys, so our plan for this run, of course, is just we have to break trees in order to get all of our money, because we can't kill enemies. So we're gonna have to make all of our money from crates and from tree kills. A bag will be so powerful if we do find one. Take another duct tape for sure. And penguin, great. We're going to be hitting a lot of consumables while we're at full health. I'll take the mastery. It's probably not going to matter in the end, but it will. If we do end up getting like a lot of percentage damage, say from a power generator or something like that, then we could potentially start doing damage. Take tree, broken mouth, alien tongue. We'll do a reroll here. I'm going to keep buying all the move speed that I can find as well, in order to be able to get from tree to tree faster and also increase our range with these hiking poles. The hiking pole thing is more just because we start with 50% bonus movement speed. Also, look at our character's walk cycle animation. We're just like, blip, 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 blip. This is my cat when I make fish. Really funny when we see all these spawns of 2 trees at once. So there is an algorithm that governs where trees spawn, and it does mean that trees are more likely to spawn in clusters, or groves, I guess. So that is kind of a fun aspect of the explorers. You get to see that actually happening. We're going to take the bag here, of course, and lifesteal, sure. We don't need a lens for any reason. Dodge is pretty nice, so I'm going to pick that up, and I'll take 10 more luck, because I need a bunch more luck. Wow, double bag. Explorer, obviously, the main challenge for this character is finding a bag, because it just gives your economy such a massive boost. So double bag this early is incredible. Treasure map is another insane item for us, so really happy to see that. Wow, this could not be a better shop. We got Pocket Factory, we got Treasure Map, we got Double Bag, and we got the wings as well. So we're now going to be able to actually kill enemies. The game really wanted us to enjoy this run. Where are the trees? Come on. There's one. There's a few more over here. I'm so curious what our range is going to be at the end of this run as well. Okay, I do need to be a little careful because I'm taking a lot of damage. We do have plus 125% enemy spawns. So there's a lot of enemies on the field. They're very fast as well because they all get increased movement speed. So we have to make our way past them. We did fortunately make 400 materials because Double Bag has already given us 180 materials just from the 2 bags alone. Scope, I'm going to recycle. Glasses, I'll take. We're going to do kind of a range thing, so that seems kind of fun as well. We'll take Fishhook for sure. I could take Energy Bracelet. We could potentially build some elemental damage on this build if we can fix our percentage damage. So we'll take that, and I will start trying to fix my percentage damage a little bit. It's not something that I'm going to really worry too much about, but as we go through, we can maybe dig ourselves out of this 200 damage hole. Buy another hand, Treasure Map, and Pocket Factory, just incredible items for us. I'm going to pre-buy the pumpkin. It doesn't do anything right now, of course, but we have a lot of money, especially because we just found a 3rd bag. I don't know why the bags are in different different spots here. There's a weird bug with the GMO mod where sometimes your items will separate themselves instead of stacking. But we're going to take the pumpkin here because I will definitely buy piercing shots if we see them, given that we have a Pocket Factory already. We'll take a Lost Duck. Ice Cube I could take as well. I'll obviously take Tractor. I think I will buy the Ice Cube. We will buy Scared Sausage if we see it, so that's going to be a solid item for us also. Alright, let's break some trees and get some Pocket Factory turrets going. Those are going to help us kill enemies. If I get some structure attack speed, that'll be really nice as well. Decided that this would be my evening for playing just a truly ridiculous run, having a beer, kicking back. So, good day for us. And once again, I hope everyone else's evening is going similarly well. Look at that cluster of factory turrets. Really amazing. Also, of course, Pocket Factory is going to help us break turrets on its own as well. This is where, when we start pulling in this many consumables at the end of the wave, this is where we can get into a lot of trouble. Now that we have the Pocket Factory, we can actually take the Goblet. A lot of enemies are just going to be randomly dying across the map. Weird Ghost. So we're going into wave 8. That's a fairly dangerous wave. And I only have 2 regen. I think I have to recycle the Weird Ghost. I don't really want to lose this run. We'll definitely take a Scar. I'll take Bandana as well, just more piercing damage. We'll take Helmet, even though we're trying to build as much move speed as we can get. Armor is still super important. Here I'm just going to take 4 regen as well. Cursed Tractor, because we have the Fish Hook. And we'll take Ice Cube, Scar, and Lure. Lure is really just for the regen. Maybe our turrets can kill the loot aliens, but I'm not counting on it. I guess I'll take a level 3 hiking pole. This is a little bit awkward because it costs me a hand, and that costs me like an unarmed weapon tag and everything. But hopefully we can combine down to fewer of those pretty soon. I'll take a defective steroids as well. We'll lock the garden to see if we can get it cursed. Can we get a cursed hiking pole? I'll actually lock all of these because, again, we will buy burning stuff if that happens. And so I'm going to set up for that. Even though right now it doesn't do anything, because we're playing a sort of wacky GMO run, we can afford to buy some items that don't currently do anything. Again, very different scenario from the random runs where we have to be extremely tight and careful with what we're building. Let me see how long it takes just to go from one end of the map to the other also. I'm going to break some trees on the way, but I'm just holding left here. So that's about... yeah, about 11 seconds to pass from one side of the map to the other. Once we get the Pocket Factory turrets going, they start breaking trees and spawning more turrets. So we've just got a ridiculous number of turrets on the field at any given time, which is just awesome. There is some noticeable lag when the game is pulling in those consumables. We'll take the acid here. Cyber Ball, sure, that can give us more damage. Little Frog, I do want pickup radius, so I'm grabbing that. And Saltwater, I should probably pick up as well. Definitely taking a compass. Just lots of great items for us. We're going to take armor here. Reroll this, and we'll take luck or armor. I'm probably just still taking armor. I'm going to get even more move speed. Fishhook has let us down, but it did give us a cursed tractor. Although is that like an actual minimum roll for tractor? I think it can roll up to double the harvesting amount. So 18 bonus harvesting over the tractor with only 2% damage off the negative damage. That I think that's the worst, like might be the worst possible fishhook roll for a tractor. That's kind of fascinating. I'm gonna buy this cursed item. I don't want to cap my max HP, so I'm gonna roll here. We'll take more XP. I'm gonna go ahead and combine these and go back to 4 hands, because that increases our dodge a bit, although we're then decreasing it. Get to buy our second eye surgery here, which is nice, and we'll take tree. I'll lock a landmines as well. Oh. Hit the DPI button on my mouse and reduced our mousing speed. Landmines obviously is only covering a very tiny fraction of the map, but the more structures I get on the map, the better, so things will hopefully work out well just by buying structures. There is sadly a maximum number of enemies that can spawn on the map, so they're going to despawn. It depends on the wave, but I think on wave 9 it's like somewhere between 1 and 200 enemies that can be on the map. And so we're going to have some enemies despawn just naturally as we run around. Otherwise, this whole map would be entirely covered with enemies because we're killing very, very few of them. Though with all our piercing shots and just the sheer number of turrets, we're getting more enemy kills than you would expect here. It's just the wild torrent of materials and stuff charging towards us at the end of these waves. I'll take the wheat, helmet, beanie, bowler hat. Yep, we're just grabbing all of this stuff. Losing 2 luck is quite painful, but I really do want more regen. I'll take celery tea. It doesn't matter what the enemy health is, of course. And then here, I'll take 2 armor. We will then pick up some more engineering, I think. And take a landmines, broken mouth, upgrade the hand. Blood leech, sure. I do want just more healing of any kind. Take a fertilizer as well. Alloy costs me dodge, which I don't think we care about. So let's roll, or don't think we want to do. So let's roll past that. I am gonna buy. Yeah, I can't. I just can't afford to reduce my luck. We'll take a dangerous bunny. Do I want to mirror it? So mirroring the dangerous bunny, obviously it's more expensive, but it gives us the rerolls right away, so we get kind of a discount on that. And it prevents more dangerous bunnies from showing up in the shop. So I think I am going to do that just to give us the discounts immediately. Community support's going to be pretty incredible, so we'll take that for sure. Eye patch, we don't. If we get pile of books and high crit chance, then we can get extra piercing on our pocket factory turrets. So that's the reason to consider eye patch. I think that's too thin a justification at this point, so we're going to roll past that. I'm going to roll here. I'll take another scar, alien tongue. Yep. Take. Yep. Actually, I guess we're just taking all of this. And let's roll one more time because I have a fish hook, so I want to lock items potentially to curse them. I need to remember not to stop moving as well. So, the Pocket Factory turrets are not doing that much. There is also a limit currently, because while we have a lot of piercing, the damage isn't that high, so I would love to find some engineering in order to boost those. Or just construct attack speed, structure attack speed, is the best stat for increasing the damage of our structures. So funny watching these just like pods of turrets spawn across the map. Need to kind of get them to start spawning in certain areas, because like over here I didn't have any, and that meant that all of those trees went unbroken the entire map. It's I have said this before, but it's kind of like we're playing Plague Inc., where we're trying to like start little colonies of turrets in order to make them the most dangerous possible. I'm gonna keep boosting my elemental damage. I guess I'll take Small Fish. We'll take Shady Potion for sure. We'll take Strange Book definitely, because right now it's negative, but we'll buy elemental damage as we see it. Take more attack speed and more dodge, and then more movement speed, more regen. Again, nothing cursed. What is our fishhook pity bonus? Okay, it's only 20% still. But let's buy all of these items. Cursed Scar. Oh, obviously I should have bought the coupon first. Just a sequencing error there. But we'll take the adrenaline, definitely. We'll take the helmet, Hyler, and wheelbarrow. Yep. We'll buy a laser turret as well, and then keep re-rolling. We're going into a horde wave. The peacock is pretty dangerous, but obviously we're going to take it. We'll buy Pearl. I'm going to lock all of these items, because all of them are really nice for us. Pearl is incredible. That's one of the ways that we could get our damage positive, is because we already have 74 luck, and we're getting a ton of boxes. So if we get a few pearls, then we will suddenly just be at positive damage. Buying all the pickup radius was really nice for us as well, because we are able to stay fully healed even though we have the peacock, which again is a fairly dangerous item for us. Increased enemy damage when there's this many enemies on the field, and I'm really, really fast, so it's hard for me to dodge enemies specifically. Like, just my reflexes aren't fast enough. I am going to stop moving it, or stop gaining bonus move speed at about 100, just so it doesn't give people motion sickness. Because I think if we get too fast, then it's going to make it really hard to watch this video. So satisfying watching all the turrets go. And, okay, yeah, we'll cap our speed at 97. This seems pretty good. We'll take the shackles here. It's also a unique that's out of the pool. I will recycle the wings. I don't want to lower my elemental damage, but we will take an energy bracelet. Definitely take an exoskeleton. We're continuing to recycle the wings because we're building infinite range just off of our hiking poles. We don't need the range from the wings, and the move speed, of course, is over cap, so it doesn't matter to us anyways. Gonna keep taking luck, take some attack speed, take some armor. Only one item cursed on this wave as well. So Fishhook, once again, just living up to its usual tricks here. I don't think we care that much about the snail, but this is sort of like an endless run where we just want to pull uniques out of the pool. So I am just going to buy all those items. I'll take a cauldron as well. We'll buy a hand. We'll buy a blindfold. Keep rolling. We'll buy another hand. I'll take alienize. This obviously doesn't do any damage right now, but it's a way to randomly break trees that are across the map. I'm going to take the feather. Our XP gain is already at 152%, so we can pick up the feather and try to get to dodge cap a little sooner, and then we can reroll. Goldfish, I'm going to lock because we can reroll this anyways, and if the fishhook works on the goldfish, we get just a bunch of guaranteed level 4 items. So we're going to buy a few of these. I'm hoping to lock something else. White flag we wouldn't take no matter what. Even though enemy spawns aren't that important to this character, you know, I'm not a weenie, so I'm not going to reduce enemy spawns. And also, we do actually benefit from having more enemies on the field, because our turrets are killing stuff, and once we get a little bit more damage, we may be able to kill more enemies as well. Now that we have a pearl, we're already increasing our damage a lot, and we're opening... Oh, that's so many projectiles. This wall of lamprey projectiles. You know, I try not to swear in these videos, but I did come close there. Yeah, especially with Pearl, or if we find a power generator, which we're fairly likely to, then we can get our damage positive, and just having more enemies is going to be better for us. Look at the unreal number of crates that we're getting. We'll take a regen potion, a metal, a clover, obviously, bait, sure. Starfish, enemy material drop doesn't show up as a stat here. I think I'm gonna... So I don't actually know how it interacts. So we've got minus 50%, minus 250% material drop from enemies, right? But the game caps it at minus 50%, so half of enemies are still dropping materials. But I don't know if we buy Starfish what happens, whether we actually get additional material drops or not. I guess I'll take it just to kind of see what happens. Because we're kind of on the maximalist plan anyways. We will pick up some more attack speed and some more armor here, and then I'm gonna reroll that. I feel like we can do better. Let's take just some more attack speed. All right, nice. We got the goldfish cursed. That's awesome. So I'm gonna buy all these items, buy the goldfish, do our reroll. We got not the most exciting level, +2 level items. So these items are 2 levels higher than they normally would have been. So if we hadn't had the goldfish, this would have been 2-1-2-1, which is funny. Or I guess the level 4s could technically have been higher than that. These might have been 3s or 4s that just got maxed out to level 4. I will take the mammoth, though. This gives us a lot of melee damage, which we could potentially use. And then we will keep upgrading our hands. We'll take a starfish. I'm gonna keep buying all these items. We will pick up a metal plate. Then I'll buy engineering as well, so we'll take the toolbox. Energy bracelet, we don't yet have a use for, really, but if it gets cursed, we'll buy it. Now I've got 30 regen, so I can buy Weird Ghost for sure. And we'll take a propeller hat. Acid I'll buy probably only if it's cursed. I did have to do a little dodge there because while I have a decent amount of armor, I was about to run into like 4 cursed lampreys, and we have a jerky, so the consumable healing is done over time. So I could potentially have still been at low health and died immediately, which would admittedly have been extremely funny. I sometimes, especially in my random win streak series, you know, I'll buy something like a weird ghost on wave 20 and people will say, there's no way if I was on a 100 win streak that I would be buying an item like that. And I have to say, you're all underestimating my willingness to commit to the bit and just lose in an extremely funny way. I'm gonna take some more lifesteal here. Cute monkey, great. Clover, excellent. We will keep picking up all of these items. Nice. We maxed out on penguins as well, which means they'll no longer show up, which is awesome. We're gonna start taking eye patches as well. I don't yet have Pile of Books, but we might someday, and then that'll give the projectiles from our turrets a chance to pierce even further. I'll take the alien worm. We have plus 8 consumable healing even after buying that, so that's pretty good. We'll keep buying luck. I'm gonna reroll here and reroll again. I'll take 9 crit chance and 20% attack speed as well. Alright, the energy bracelet got cursed, but the acid didn't, so I'm not going to bother buying that. Scarf for even more enemy move speed this wave. Sounds good to me. We'll keep buying clockwork wasps and fish hooks and blindfolds. Level 1 hiking pole. I'm actually going to pass on the level 1 hiking pole, I think, because we currently have 2 level 3s, so I'd rather just get a higher level upgrade. And I will take a hand here. Triangle of Power we don't want. It'll reduce my damage too much. I'll take another Peacock before the Horde Wave, though. And then I guess I'll buy all of these items, do a reroll, lock a Pearl, lock a Mouse, reroll again, and we'll lock all of these items because, again, with double Fishhook, we're highly incentivized to lock items. So I do have a Peacock this wave, so I need to be a little bit careful, but our knockback is really good on the hands, so that's going to help us against the Horde enemies. But with increased enemy movement speed and damage on this wave, we are going to be needing to navigate around enemies, so I actually do have to dodge this wave. Fortunately, we're so fast that the enemies are just not able to keep up. So I'm actually not having to do very complex movements in order to stay ahead of them. I basically just pick an open lane in between enemies, in between like groups of enemies, and run through it. So you'll notice that we're not taking any hits, but that's just because I'm just sort of choosing a path where enemies will not be and running in a straight line through it rather than executing any fancy dodging stuff. You see how many materials are starting to float towards us? Yeah, I guess I'll take a reinforced steel. More engineering is good. We'll take a bat. Nice. There's our first free pearl. So that's actually starting to boost our damage a lot. Pumpkin will take, leather vest, a cursed bait, sure. Cursed stone skin, definitely. Another turret. Fin. We actually don't want, because I'm over speed cap, I don't want to lose any luck. I'll take Blood Leech, though. Nail is great. This is going to increase our damage output, and then we'll take 20 more luck here. I'm going to roll again and take 5 more regeneration, because I think just regen and armor are the only stats we really need at this point. I'll keep buying these items, but not the goat skull. Seashell doesn't work with turrets, unfortunately, so there's no point in buying the seashell here, but we'll take fuel tank, we'll take... do I want the whetstone? I think, honestly, I can just pass on all of those. Plant will buy, small fish will buy, reroll here. Alien magic, we really don't need. With 140 HP and 48 regen, we're totally fine. So let's buy all of this stuff, and we'll keep buying some powerful items for us. Pick up a starfish, a toolbox, another bandana, because why not? I don't need a feather anymore. I'll take a baby with a beard. This will just be funny. That's kind of the main thing about this. We have minus 10 ranged damage, but the baby with a beard is just going to be really hilarious. And then we'll lock a plastic explosive. I don't currently have any explosion damage that we care about, but spicy sauce or I guess we've got our landmines, but spicy sauce or rip and tear are options that we could get where the explosion damage would actually matter, or explosion size would actually matter. I guess I could have bought the honey that we saw earlier as well, and that would have helped us get some ranged damage for the baby with a beard. Baby with a beard is just going to create maximum chaos, too. And I'm not so secretly hoping that I can crash the game just by pulling in too many consumables at the end of the wave. Or having too many projectiles and enemies and things on the field. The game does have a lot of safeguards against that, because it caps the number of enemies, it caps the number of turrets, but it's still maybe possible. You can see our weapons are actually starting to hit for real damage at this point. Even with minus 152% damage, we do... Wait, why are we... So what's actually hitting for all that damage? Oh, because we have the cursed wisdom. So the wisdom is bringing our damage up to less than negative 100%. So, or more than negative 100%, rather. So that's actually causing us to do actual damage, which is really... Did you see that? It's the projectile slowly floating across the screen. Solid 2 or 3 minutes after, or, you know, solid like 20 seconds after the round ended. We'll take that. I'll still take a vigilante ring, even quite late. We'll recycle here. Another free pearl is awesome. I actually think we can start buying crystals. We're like not taking damage as much as I might expect in these runs. We'll take heavy bullets as well, for sure. That's going to get our range damage to positive, which is going to make our make the damage from our baby with a beard actually do something. Once we get a few more points in range damage. I'm gonna pick up, I guess, the elemental damage, even though we don't have a use for it now. We're buying 3 engineering instead of 4, but if we find a scared sausage, we'll be very happy we did that. And then here, sure, 4 more elemental damage for the same reason. All right, we got plastic explosive, baby with a beard, ricochet, amazing. This is exactly what we were hoping for. I'm gonna roll here. I'll take a cursed peacock as well. We will buy this. We'll take a whistle. Now that our damage is high enough that we're actually killing enemies sometimes, it's kind of fun to buy items like whistle. I'm gonna roll past all this. We'll take another upgraded hiking pole, take a fuel tank, we'll roll again. We will take alien eyes. I guess I'm gonna buy the silver bullet and then lock the sharp bullet and the bait. Sharp bullet gets so much benefit from getting cursed, because the upside being increased is good and the downside being decreased is good. So if we can get that cursed with our double fish hook, that'll be a big deal. We're actually, I think, clearing the enemies faster than they're spawning, even with 125% increased enemies, or even more than that, because we have mouse, I think, as well. Because the baby with a beard and the ricochet and the turrets and all the piercing shots that we have are actually, yeah, we're just clearing these waves now. That's kind of amazing. There was a curse alien down there. I'm sort of assuming that it's going to die randomly to the turrets. It's wave 16 on the Abyss, so curse aliens spawn at the edges of the map. And we just have to kind of rely on our turrets to get them, because it's so hard to get to them in time. That's what, 5, 10, 13 crates? That's ridiculous. I guess I didn't need that. We're already over speed cap, so I shouldn't have taken the beanie. I'll take a lure. We'll take another free pearl. Cyclops worm. We're already at minus 80% damage, which has gotten the damage of our hands up to 7, hiking poles up to 18. I'm going to recycle Wandering Bot. I just don't think it does anything here. I'll take a bowler hat and wheelbarrow. We'll recycle Weird Ghost. I can take that. Big Arms we'll take. Goldfish we'll take. Alien Worm we're going to keep recycling. Keep buying more free pearls. Once you start finding pearls, you start getting a lot more, because each of them stacks the percentage chance of finding another one. So suddenly you have just way more opportunities to find them. I'm kind of buying stats randomly at this point, but we're just... Basically, the goal is to get the highest... Get really high total stats. The specific stats don't actually matter that much. Lighthouse, we currently only have... 8 or only have 12 structures, so I will buy the lighthouse. We will probably keep buying structures, so it will eventually start costing me engineering, but that's okay, because for now it's just a really nice boost. We're gonna buy that. Definitely not buying the torture here. I will take a spyglass, even though we have triple Even though we have triple dangerous bunny, which normally does not combo well with spyglass, this build is generating so much money that we can use it anyways. We'll take a Greek fire here, cursed goblet, yes, blood donation, no, because I have a crystal. And then I'm going to go to wave 17 here. Need to be a little careful because my health is going to start really low. And I did buy a bunch of baits. So there's a loot alien here, and now our actual weapon damage is high enough that we were able to just kill it, which is really funny. I would have loved to find a scared sausage earlier, not only because it would be good for the build, because we're doing so much damage kind of randomly all over the place, so it would help kill enemies, but also because enemies being on fire would help increase lag, which will potentially crash the game sooner. I did try 30 explorers. That was my first attempt, and it just crashed as soon as it loaded, so unfortunately that was a no-go. But I think 5 is a nice happy medium where it's still a reasonable, like, we can traverse the map, and we aren't moving at 300% speed, but there's a good chance that we can lag so much that we crash the game anyways. I'm gonna pick up a pearl, campfire, sure, claw tree, yes, compass, yes, claw tree, sure. Keep buying most of these things. Oh, I should not take terrified onion. I'll take a fried rice. We currently, again, have no way to set enemies on fire, but there's still a decent chance that we find one. We're now at positive % damage, and I'm going to get to 100% crit chance if I can as well to make a potential pile of books better. I'll take a goblet. We'll take poisonous tonic. I could take alien baby, but there's no real reason to. I'll take the scarf, though. Even though we're going into an elite wave, I think that'll be fun. I'll buy metal. Terrified onion I'll take when it's cursed. We're at 101 curse as well. My dodge is over cap, so I don't need feather. I'll take clockwork wasp, definitely. Toxic sludge, more crit chance. This hiking pole doesn't do anything, but let's keep buying pierce. There's power generator and retrimation's hoodie. So this is so much damage. We can buy power generator. We'll buy hoodie as well. It reduces my range by 80, but we're still at plus 174. I'll take the boxing glove, lock a jetpack because we have power generator, and I guess we have hoodie as well. And let's see if we can get a hiking pole cursed here, and I guess I'll just lock all these items and see what we can get cursed. Alright, let's kill our first elite. And we got it. And I need to start a colony of turrets up here. A few of them have already spawned over on this side of the map already, so we should be reasonably good at breaking trees over here. Plus the baby with a beard is good at breaking trees, so the bullets that bounce from baby with a beard or ricochet won't specifically target trees. Like, they won't go directly towards them. But if they encounter a tree while they're aiming at an enemy, even if that enemy is on the exact opposite side of the map from them, then they will still be able to break the tree for us. So they can still be very helpful. I will say, it's runs like these where I miss the item from the old GMO mod that gave you luck every time you picked up a consumable. Maybe I could do this run with Druid, too. I'll take Kraken's Eye for sure. Treasure Map has given us 17 bonus items already. And more pearls, blindfold, we'll take a schmoop, more pearls, trees, yep. Oh, I shouldn't have bought the feather, but that's okay. Keep on buying these items. Tardigrade, I guess I'll take a pearl here. That can protect our crystal attack speed a little better. We don't have a use for fertilizer before the end of the wave, but I'll take a fish hook because we might be able to lock something good. And then we did get a cursed hiking pole, so I'm going to recycle the level 3, and we'll see if we can upgrade it. What of these do I want? I guess I want the crit chance. Now we're at 105. I want this because we have power generator and retrimation's hoodie, so jetpack is still just a bunch of stats for us, even though we're over cap on dodge and speed. Upgrade the hand. We'll roll here. Take a gecko. Now we're at maximum gecko. Oh, I definitely did not need that last insanity there because we're well over crit chance. I will take the crown, of course, because it would be a shame if we had to play this run without becoming the King of Brotato. Barnacle, we'll probably get some, like, 3 or 4 levels, so a Cursed Barnacle is going to be good enough to pick up anyways. Oh, nice. Cursed Hiking Pole, which we can replace our current one with, and I'll take this upgrade, then I'll roll. Let's take a mouse here and lock these 2 other items, and we'll lock this as well for more curse. I love our character just, like, covered in starfish and just absolutely motoring around the map. We've reached the point of the run where enemy, where the sound is disabled because there's just too much happening, and so the game doesn't want to doesn't want to just overwhelm your ears, so it just turns off all of the sound. A surprisingly few crates this wave. We only got 8. That's way fewer than we have become accustomed to. Yeah, we'll take a snake, we'll take metal, we'll take pearl, we'll take a potato, why not? And mouse, clockwork wasp, alien magic, I'm recycling. Okay, we're at 16 pearls. Definitely recycling ball and chain, because our attack speed is wildly higher than that. Because we have power generator, I'll take the wings. It does cost me elemental damage, but the percent damage is probably worth it. And then we're almost at maximum pearls. I'm gonna take... I don't really care about the armor. Let's find something more fun. I'll take the range damage so that our baby with a beard does more damage. And then here, I'm going to pick up 31 luck, and we'll take 6 engineering. All right, let's go ahead and recycle. We'll buy the cursed... I don't know why I locked this baby squid. That didn't make sense at all. As you can tell, I'm not paying too much attention to what we're doing at this point, because we are obviously overwhelmingly powerful. We're gonna pick up the toxic sludge. I guess I'll take the banner as well. This level 4 hiking pole doesn't matter, but I'll take a compass. We'll keep rolling. We'll take baby elephant, and don't really need the rest of these. I'm still surprised we haven't seen a scared sausage yet. I'm gonna roll for that, because it would be fun if we could find one. Lure, I can pass on. Medkit, we can pass on. Obviously, some of these items we would buy if we were going to continue the run any further. But let's just roll. Okay, we'll take a Cursed Sifts Relic, because that's just too perfect to end the run with. And it'll just pull materials in. Obviously, we already had 4 geckos, so the Sifts Relic was going to pull stuff in anyways. But it is just too much fun to have that going. Got an Incendiary Turret, would be happy to have that. And Campfire we would take as well. And let's go to wave 20. Look at our healing. Actually, I'm going to see if we can win this wave without ever seeing the bosses. So I'm going to try to stay off screen from them and just judge where they are based on the projectiles. And we're going to hope that our turrets just kill them while we're off screen. I have no idea how much damage they're taking. Oh no, it showed up right at the end there. We just barely saw it as it died. That was really funny. All right. Okay, so obviously this was not the most serious run. We were goofing around, but we did get some really cool things. We got Pocket Factory super early. We got Triple Bag, which we're worth 5,800 materials. Obviously incredible. We ended up at level 47, not quite level 50, but still nice. Our turrets, this includes the Pocket Factory turrets, dealt 730,000 damage, which is obviously amazing. I wish we'd gotten Pile of Books so they could have started critically hitting, but that was really fun, and we managed to kill the bosses without even catching a glimpse of them. Except right at the very end, of course. Alright, my friends, that was a blast to play. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you have, of course, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.